Good evening. This is Judy Joseph with On the Town. And tonight I'm at the Saddle Rack in Fremont, where I will be meeting and interviewing Zucchero, Italy's pop, rock, and blues superstar. You won't want to miss this interview. Zucchero, first of all, it's such a pleasure to meet you, and thank you for the interview.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you. The Saddle Rack is part of your world tour. What city did the tour start, and where's it going to end up?
The tour starts in Paris, the 3rd of May, at the Olympia.
Oh.
And then we play in most of Europe, arena, big arena, prestigious places, very beautiful, like Temple Valley in Sicily, like the Arena di Verona in Verona. Amsterdam, Brussels, and Zurich, and the tour keep going with Canada, North America now. We just arrived in California, and then we will go in Mexico and South America, and we come back in Italy in at the end of November, mid-November and December.
What's been the best part of the tour so far? Any great experiences you can share with me?
Yeah, it was. Is a big tour. Is doing very well. I'm very happy. We did a lot of dates and shows, and every night is emotional. But if I have to say, if I have to choose one, the 3 nights at the Arena di Verona was magic, because there was 12,000 people every night for 3 nights. Oh, I don't know. Even the Olympia in Paris for 2 nights was very beautiful, and is a prestigious place. Carnegie Hall in New York that was sold out, and it was a great show. I mean, we enjoy every night anyway.
Always a great experience, I'm sure. Well, that was my next question. You were in New York, and not only did you perform at the Columbus Day Parade, you performed at Carnegie Hall.
Yeah.
That's so awesome. I mean, you must have just been so excited to be there.
Yeah, that is one of the prestigious places in the world, and I think every musician would like to play in this kind of temple of the music, and we did the Royal Albert Hall. I did it with Clapton and with myself by myself in 2004. And the next step was, the next goal was to do Carnegie Hall in New York, and we did it, and it went very well, and I'm very happy.
I read you started your musical career right around 1970, and was there a particular singer or group that inspired you when you first started your musical career?
Yeah, I mean, I grew up with music, with rhythm and blues and soul and gospel. Ray Charles, Aretha Franklin, Sam and Dave, Marvin Gaye, Otis Redding.
Love them all.
Exactly, and but in the meantime, I'm Italian, so when I start to make music, I was influenced by the black music, soul, and gospel more, and Italian melody. So at the end, this is the mixture that came out. Is a Zucchero mixture.
It's wonderful.
Is soul and Mediterranean, style with gospel and rock all together.
Well, I understand that you worked, or maybe traveled to California a while ago. How did that come about? Tell me about that experience. You were in California before, apparently.
Yeah, no, I did the first album in California.
Oh.
When in '85, I came in San Francisco for the first time because there was a producer that I like, and he was Italian, but he was living in San Francisco, and he was playing with Narada Michael Walden, with Rita Franklin, and Corrado Rustici. So that's why I went here for the first time to meet him, and we did the first album together. So that was the 85.
Okay.
And then, you know, I start to make records and have success in Italy first and then in Europe after. I did a big tour with Eric Clapton in Europe in 90 and 91. And then I come back in California at least other 5 or 6 times, because I did, you know, I used to come every 2 or 3 years in concert, and then I used to come to do some records. The last one was in 2001 in Calistoga and Sausalito.
Oh, I know where that's at. Yeah, it's beautiful there. Thank you.
Yeah.
Let's talk about some of your well-known songs. One of my personal favorites is I've Got the Devil in Me. What was your inspiration for that song?
You know, it's a fast song. It's an up tempo and very energetic, and a kind of rhythm and blues. And I Got the Devil in Me is. I sing this also in English, also in Italian, in Italy, because everybody understands
Yes.
what it means. And sometimes he's a good devil. He's a very energetic devil. You know, he's a sexy devil.
A sexy
He's not
devil, I like that.
necessarily a bad devil.
That's right.
I did this song also with Solomon Burke in this album Zoo and Company. And it's a funny story because he says, "But I can't sing the song, Zucchero. I love you, but you know, how can I sing this song? I'm a bishop. I can't sing this song. You're talking about David." I say, "No, you know, yeah, but can I change some words?" Yeah, okay. So I give it
So
to
let
him.
him change some
he
words.
changed some words, so he make the devil coming out,
And it worked.
and he works.
It's a big hit. Well, you wrote and performed the song Senza una donna, and you performed it with Paul Young, another song that I love. This song was very well received in the United States. How did you team up with Paul Young?
Yeah, that was the first song that was successful even outside of Europe, including you know, America, and that was 91. Simply because he was in Italy on holidays with his family around 89, and he listened this song on radio, you know, Senza una donna, sing by me in Italian. And then, you know, when occasionally I was in London in the same studio where he was recording and I was mixing my album in the 89. And he says, "Are you Zucchero?" I say, "Yeah." He said, "I'm Paul Young." I'm very honored because I always been a fan of you know, Paul Young stuff and voice. And he says, "You know, do you mind if I sing this song in English? You know, Senza una donna. I like this song so much. I would like to put this song in my next album." I say, "Yeah, no problem. It's a honor for me. But why we don't do it together?" And he say, "Oh, this is a great idea." So we leave the chorus in Italian, Senza una donna, and then we record the song without telling anything to the record company, to the managers, you know, just for us, you know, just for for fun.
And you like the way it turned out before you...
And and then we sing it, we enjoyed, we became very good friends, and then he sends the tape to the record company, and they decide to release the single, and suddenly it became a hit without any promotion. I remember we didn't do TVs or you know or promotion. It just the power of the song through the radios, and it became a big hit. And then we are still good friends. We spend almost every summer the holidays with the families together.
That's wonderful.
And this is a good story. You know.
Good story. Well, in addition to Paul Young, you've performed with some amazing singers. I read about it, but could you tell some of our viewers some of the singers that you performed with?
Yeah, I start with a big one, for maybe the biggest, with Miles Davis in New York, because with a song called Dunemos, same thing. He was in Italy and he was listening this song on radio with the same promoter that used to do my concert in Italy. And he asked, who is this song? Who is this singer? And he says, this is Zucchero, a new singer. That was 87. Oh, I love this song. I would like to play this song. So I was on holiday with my ex-wife to try to save my marriage, and I received a phone call at 4 o'clock in the morning saying, Miles Davis wants to play this song. I say, okay, this is a joke, ciao. I didn't trust him. And he called me back and he was insisting, so I have to go. I definitely finished my marriage, of course. But finito, ciao. And I went to New York to do the session in studio with Miles Davis. Then I did Senza una donna with Paul Young. I did a big tour with Eric Clapton. We did a song together in '91. Then I was invited in a Wembley Stadium with Queen for the Freddie Mercury tribute, '92. Then I did Miserere with Pavarotti. I convinced Pavarotti to sing this song that I wrote, a kind of gospel opera song. And so I convinced Pavarotti to do this. For him was the first time, playing in duet with a pop artist. Then we did this, and I discovered Bocelli because I make an audition with the young tenor to present the demo to Pavarotti. So I choose immediately Bocelli because he was the best. Then I take Bocelli with me on tour, and I wrote for him songs and produced the first album. Then many other things. Then every year with Pavarotti we did this event. It's called Pavarotti and Friends. That became a big event in Modena, and for 12 editions. And in terms to achieve money for the children of the war, we did a good job because we built a music school for children of the war in Mostar, ex-Yugoslavia, in Liberia,
wonderful,
in Guatemala, in South Africa, in Kosovo. So we did a lot of, thanks to Pavarotti and thanks to all my friends that came at the concert, like Sting, like Bono, like Clapton, Elton John, and many others, Joe Cocker. And then I did this duets album. It's called Zucchero and Company with all my friends. Pavarotti, Bocelli, Clapton,
Sting is on there.
Tom Jones, Sheryl Crow,
yes.
B.B. King,
yes.
Johnny Lee Hooker.
It's my favorite, by the way.
Miles Davis, etc., etc.
Well, Zucchero, you were quoted as saying that so much of your musical inspiration comes from America.
Yeah.
Tell me why.
To be honest, I don't know. I was 9 years old, 10 years old, and I was going to the elementary school, and at that time there was a very, melodic Italian songs on television and radio. I was not so impressed. I was not so, because they was very melodic and very commercial. No. But there was a guy from Memphis that was a student in Bologna University, a black guy, that more older than me, and he started to play me this, this piece of music like Otis Redding, Rita, Ray Charles, and I immediately thought that I love this kind of music. This is the music that I would like to sing. I don't know why. For the soul, for the voice, maybe, I don't know. So as soon I get the chance to put together a small band in the superior school, around 12 years old, 13, I don't know, I start to play this kind of music. And I never stop until I start to do my records. So this kind of music is very deep is part of my roots, together with the Mediterranean melodies and style.
Zucchero, you mentioned Pavarotti, and I know the world is still mourning his loss. So not only did you perform with him, you were friends. What did that friendship mean to you?
You know, we grew up in the same area, so we have more or less the same kind of habits, and we enjoy life, we enjoy food, we enjoy horses, we enjoy good companies. We grow up in Emilia. You know, he was from Modena, I was from Reggio Emilia. It's only 20 kilometers in the countryside. He came from a poor family like I came. You know, my family was farmer, and his family was a kind of farmer. And so when we meet each other, we start to talk in dialect, you know, and that means that make us closer. And then he was a very open mind in terms of music. You know, he's a great talent, but he also was very open. He likes every kind of music. He likes pop, he likes rock, he likes blues. He used to say to me, and I agree with him, you know, there's good music. I love good music, and I don't like bad music. And there is a good music in rock and blues and pop, and there is good music in lyrica and opera. And there is also bad music in rock, pop, and bad music in lyrica. What I like is a good music. So we became we work on this project for 15 years, you know. I was in charge to call the artists from the pop side and rock, and he was in charge to take care about the lyrics and the lyrica and the pop opera. So, you know, we became friends, and I was visiting him often. We spent all the Christmas Day together, every year. When he was in New York, and I was in New York, we always been together. He likes to cook for the others. You know, he likes to be, you know, a good owner of the house, you know, of the kitchen. So we enjoy, we have fun, and then, you know, he gets sick, and I remember, I think one of the last appearances on TV was with me at the Royal Albert Hall when he sang Miserere, and then he started the farewell tour, and he gets sick, and he has to, you know, cancel. And I was there at the funeral, and the day before it was very sad. You know, I was there with Bono and Kofi Annan, and it was very sad.
It was a great loss. It's been noted that you have been referred to as Italy's king of the blues. So give me an idea of where your blues comes from, the love of the blues. I mean, you mentioned it earlier, but... Yeah,
you know, in an ironic and sarcastic way, you can say, you know, there are a lot of black artists that say, I'm the king of soul, I'm the matriarch of soul, I'm the godfather of... So you know, in this line, in this kind of irony, sarcastic, I say one day at the press, I'm the king of blues in Italy, and everybody wrote on the papers, the king of blues is coming back, you know.
And now it's stuck,
back.
So
and now
you own the title.
I'm the king of nothing, but you know, it's just a funny thing for me, you know. It's not, you don't have to take it seriously, of course.
Well, tell me about Bono. You co-wrote the song Miserere.
Yeah, and another one.
And that's another song that really took off in the United States. Were you surprised at the success, or?
No, I was surprised, especially because, you know, it's not easy for an English artist, big English artist, you know, known famous in England to be famous in America. And I think it's very, very difficult, almost impossible for an Italian artist, for an European continental artist, unless you are singing opera or you are like a kind of crossover like Bocelli that is like a Mario Lanza, of the 2000. So I was very surprised when this album went in the charts for the first time in America, and when we have a couple of 2 or 3 songs that was a hit. For me, anything is like a gift, It's like I'm not expecting to be so big in America, because it's not easy. Honestly, it's very difficult. But they release my records. I came every 3 years, 2-3 years to do my concerts, and every year is getting better and better. I'm fine with that.
Well, you have another CD coming out sometime in November. Can you tell us a little bit about the CD?
It's a best of my, it's my second best of my career. The first one came out 10 years ago. This is, and there will be 5 new tracks. There's going to be 3 covers and 2 original songs. In Italy, there will be 2 CDs, so it's 35 songs. In America, there will be only the single one, and I think will be, 14 or 15 songs. It's including, it's a best of, including all my favorites, my hits, basically. There will be Miserere with Pavarotti. There will be another song in duet with Stevie Ray Vaughan, he was never released before, and he is being recorded in Memphis before he died. There will be Senza una donna. There will be Diavolo in me, and many others.
One last thing. Is there a message or some words that you would like to share with the American audience tonight?
In blues we trust, blues never die.
I love it. Grazie.
Prego.
And thank you, and continued success.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Ciao.
Ciao.